Hey there friends, Nibs again. Wanted to get out in the garage and do a little playing around, a little shooting. It's still really cold outside, so we're gonna keep it inside for another video for today. What I wanted to try to do for you guys today is do a little pellet comparison from shooting from this beautiful old high score pellet pistol that I have on loan to the channel right now. This is a high score. It says target model on the barrel, but I have seen it referred to as the model 800 as well. So we're going to go ahead, and I've got 7 different kind of pellets. If you look at the title screen, you can see the different ones that have there, but I'll go through them real quick with you. So I have Copperhead 7.9 green wad cutters. I have some Elay Ventus. These are also wad cutters, 8.2 greens. These are RWS Hobby. They're 7 green pellets. Some RWS Diablo Basic. Those are also 7 greens. Have some Game-O Match. These are, I believe, 7.56 greens. And I'm sticking with all wad cutter type of pellets here, just so everything's kind of fair. I might try some pointed ones in another video, but these are just daisy flat points, also wad cutters, 7.6 greens, and then finally, last but not least, is the Crosman Premier 7.4 grain wad cutters. I'm only going to shoot a couple of these on camera with you guys, so it doesn't end up being an hour-long video. But I've got a bunch of shooting C's set up on the target down here. I'm shooting at about 20 feet across the garage here, and we'll go ahead and try a few of these. Oh, dogs are barking. But we'll try a few of these across the garage here. I'm gonna shoot about 5 at each target, and we'll see how it goes. So this gun has got a really neat. It's really unusual the way it works. So it has this unlocking button right here. You do that, and then you normally it'd be stiff, but I already cocked it. So you pull that up, and it pulls the spring down, cocks the piston. The piston's up in here, and then it comes down and it locks. And then in the back here, there's actually this little aperture that opens up, and that's where you load your pellet. And then you close it, and you can shoot it. So you open that aperture, and you take your pellet nose first and drop it down into there, and then it closes up. So like I said, I'm just shooting 20 feet across the garage here, but these are the daisies, and it really has a nice trigger. Sometimes it can be a little bit, there it goes, get the pellets to fall into the chamber because you're relying on gravity. Most guns you're actually force feeding the pellet into the chamber. But yeah, this gun really seems to shoot pretty nice from all the testing I've done so far with it. So I wanted to do a kind of a head-to-head of the pellets, not of the gun, but it really has a nice trigger. You know, it's not a you know, match grade trigger like you'd find on a match grade 22 rifle these days or anything like that, but it definitely is a really nice trigger, and if you ever get your hands on one of these, definitely worth considering picking one of these up. So those were the daisies. Let's see, what else do I want to try on camera here. Try a few of the RWS hobbies. I like the way this loading system works, but it does lend itself to inconsistency as far as the pellets go. Unfortunately, that's a side effect of relying on the gravity to get that pellet down in there. So sometimes you gotta just wiggle that aperture to get it to fall down in there. It is a shooting little machine though. I'm not sure it would stand up against you know, modern day target pistols, but as one that could be, you know, a real fun vintage plinker. I don't think you'd find one that is as old as this one is that still shoots as consistent as this one does. So, all right, looking pretty good. Let's pause the camera here. We'll take it downrange and give you a look at that one. Look at these targets after I shoot the rest of them off camera. I'm sorry. Alrighty, friends, so here's the different targets. Shooting, so these are the Elay Ventives. It was a pretty good group until the last one I flinched over here. It's probably just me, but you know, that's kind of annoying. So let's see the Gamos. Yeah, they left a little bit to be desired, for sure. So, and then the RWS Hobby. I had one that fell outside of the bowl there, but not too bad. And then let's see, these are the RWS Basics. Again, all of them in the target except for that one off to the left. So those were the two lightest. The Hobbies and the Basics are the two lightest ones, 7 greens, and it just doesn't seem to like those light pellets too well. Here's our daisies. They grouped really well. Those were 7.6 greens, and it seemed to really do well with those. So now here we have the Crossman Premier. Those are 7.4 greens. That's 5 shots right there, all pretty tight together. Pretty good grouping there. Not too bad. And then the Crossman Copperhead right there, that's 5 shots, all in that small little grouping right there. I did try a couple other times shooting the Copperhead, and it did pretty well as well. So overall, you know, things really look pretty good. So alright, back to the video. Alrighty, friends, so there you see the targets for the high score. target model, Model 800, whatever you want to call it. Really cool pistol. Great shooting gun, a lot of fun to shoot. It didn't do terrible with any of them, but you know, if I had to pick my favorites out of the 1, 2, 3s, it would be probably the Copperhead. Seemed to be the most consistent. I shot 2 or 3 different targets and groups with those, and they really seemed to do very well. The other ones that did very well were these Crossman wad cutters, 7.4 grain wad cutters, and then probably a real close third place would be these Daisy 7.6 grain. The Ventus seemed like it would do okay, but I think they were a little bit oversized and they didn't get down into the chamber very consistently. I found I had to sometimes take a little something and poke it down, you know, a little piece of wood or something to poke it down into the chamber properly. And I think the inconsistency of the seating depth may have caused some of those. One shot outside, and I shot a few, tried it a couple other times, and just did not seem to group very consistently. And then the other thing is these 2 different RWS type of pellets. They're both very light, and it just didn't seem to like the light ones much at all. So those were the most, the biggest groups out of all of them. So, but anyway, want to keep this one nice and short for you guys, and but I hope you appreciated the video. I really appreciate everybody being on the channel. I want to give a shout out to a handful of guys that have taken the plunge and saw fit to help me out on Patreon. I really appreciate that. If you look at the link down below, go check that out. Really would help out a lot. Anything I get from that's going to go right back into the channel again and help provide good content here. So enough said about that. Great shooting little gun, high score Model 800. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great day.